Weird, I can see it on the... Ah, there it is. ALAWM L115A3 sniper rifle. Moonlight. Yeah, this must be the stash that... I don't think this was here last time, so... I don't think it was. Let's just take it all, and... I'll check it out in a moment. Just suddenly remembered that I found the rifle, so let's have a quick look at it. It should be safe enough here. So the accuracy and damage are perfect, really. Handling's very good. Rate of fire is going to be, as expected, bad. Oh, I like the way you flip up both the sort of covers. Now, there's one stash coming up right now. Or it may be round the corner. I can't see it for looking. Ah. Very nice. I may have to put something back in here until the morning, so I'll come and collect that suit later on. Oh, God, he won't buy it. Can you believe it? Weird logic sometimes in this game. I suppose I could leave it here. Right. Hopefully. Oh, it's going to be bloody heavy, isn't it? Yeah. Let's chuck the few of these goodies here, then I can always collect them on the way through. Right, okay. It's a fair bit of gear there that I've left, but it should be safe, owing to its location. Now, I wonder if S.T.A.L.K.E.R will buy the EXO. He does. Right, 75 grand, thank you. I've just decided to go back to the cordon to try and find that toy bear. I've just suddenly remembered how I did it when I played it off camera shortly after doing the OGSE installation guide video. I really want to try and get some of these quests done, and I also suddenly just accidentally stumbled upon, well, semi-accidentally. I moved this car because I remember someone in the comments saying that it was near the car. Anyway, nothing was underneath the car or the Jeep, but then I have found this, and I haven't yet taken it, so let's do that. Case of Expedition Guard Commander. It's possible to open it and examine its contents. Use. Commander key is gathered. Money is received 10 grand. Dangerous science, get a map. Whatever was going on in the background there, that sounded pretty horrific. Right, box is now opened. Would help if I actually clicked on it, wouldn't it? Right, Commander's Maps. A tablet with maps belonging to the Commander of Expeditions Guards. So take all. Right, let's check our PDA, because it's been going crazy over the last few seconds. Right, so it's this quest here. I remember someone saying it was within the circle that was on this map here. It's gone now, but it was there. It's like a... kind of like a sort of semi-transparent circle. Right, so find Commander's personal diplomatic case. So this was about picking up the trail of the missing group. Need to find the diplomatic case of the guard commander, which I've done. There's a key which will give me access to valuable information stored in his personal box. So I've opened the commander's box in the bunker with the key, got the commander's map. Now I need to go back to the private who is just up the hill. And then I can hopefully finally tick this quest off, so I'm pleased about that. Coming here, actually, well, that was the main reason to come here. It wasn't, the priority wasn't to search for stashes, but it was the main reason, to try and shed some light on these, quests. Right, I can finally talk to you. Can't see a conversation line. Ah, hang on, this could be it. It didn't look like much of a conversation. There was a choice, either come here or go on trial. Nothing serious, just simple hooliganism. My father's cousin rescued me. I've probably read this before. Albeit a long time ago, so to speak. It almost made no difference, here or 2 years behind bars, it's the same shit. I've been here a year already. Almost. Well, yes, the lesser of two evils, as they say. Listen, what did the scientists investigate here? There you see, near the fence, a pillar of smoke and purple flashes. That's exactly what they were studying here on that fateful day. A new anomaly. A motherfucker. What kind of anomaly? This thingamajig, brother, is almost useless. First, it has no effect on humans or other animals. Secondly, it doesn't produce artifacts, so you won't be able to profit from it. Third, there are only a few of these thingamajigs in the zone. You can count them on one hand. Four Eyes thought it was a good fortune that one of them formed here, only 100 meters from the base. Sorry, only 100 meters from the base was, so he decided to investigate it. They have only one theory about this anomaly. What's that? It seems that this is not an anomaly at all, but a kind of a wormhole into another dimension. This scientist whom we protected, this postgraduate student, S.T.A.L.K.E.R, that's the name I remember, wanted to defend his thesis on this hogwash so he could obtain his doctorate. So here you go. And now he has no thesis or degree. Even the devil himself doesn't know what happened. Well, I've seen the same anomaly in other places. I could have sworn I saw a dog run past me then. Which I have seen, this anomaly in other areas. I know, I've seen them too. One at the garbage, another somewhere else, probably the cordon. You know what I think, whether this devilry is connected with my group's disappearance. You mean to say that this theory is confirmed by the scientists? You know, the main purpose of this expedition was to conduct trials of new equipment on these anomalies. If there was something there to substantiate, then these devices would have provided some data. In short, I'm not good at this. I only got a C in physics. I'm just saying what I heard from the scientists. Were you familiar with Radio Man? That's another name that has cropped up in my PDA. No, he talked more with S.T.A.L.K.E.R than he did with us. He only spoke to us if he wanted a light or a help with a crate. I've brought something. So this is where I expect the quest will update. That was quick. It wasn't, it took me ages. What did you find? Was the map there? Yes. Then give it to me. I have to compare notes with the coordinates of this schematic. Here you go. So, what do we have here? Yes, the numbers tally. It's somewhere here at Yantar, so the commander of the group is alive and is trying to send us a signal. Where is the place? One moment. There. It seems to be somewhere around here. Stalker, follow me. I need to check the data. Lead on. Kind of wish I'd looked at the maps before I gave them to him, if that was at all possible. You've been sat there for ages.
Оба. Чё надо?
Right, so did you see something? Right about there, at the base of the pipes between the marsh and the fence, green smoke, our prearranged signal. You suggest I survey the area? Of course. Do you just want to sit idly by? Let's do this. You search the gully and be careful, it could be a trap. I'll cover you from up here on the hill. I have a sniper rifle, a SVD. Sounds promising. Right, so I've got to go roughly in that direction then. Okay. Hope your rifle's got enough range on it. I would have had a video up on Friday, but although I had hours of footage, it just didn't seem to really gel into a worthwhile video. And I didn't really feel like doing one, so all in all, I didn't bother. In the end, I did edit some footage, but it was just hours of footage, and you know, not much of a. Yeah, it was probably a filler-in sort of video. It was okay, but I found it a bit lackluster. You're not really a threat there, are you? But I suppose you could. Suppose you could get free at some point, and you have. That's the 12K. I can't carry it, so never mind. I think I've only ever found 112C, but the difference is fractional between them. It seems it's very small anyway. Right, let's move towards the area that I should be in. So yeah, by doing a recording session this evening, which is Friday, I should be able to have a video up Saturday that's going to be a bit better than what it would have been. Right, dangerous science, inspect the signal source. Ah, could that be the chap we're looking for? Oh, that's the private, isn't it, that I was talking to earlier?
Чувак, ты запарил.
What the hell? Have I just been zombified? Right, I can't seem to do anything. He looks... No, he's not. Hey, who are you? Help. What's wrong? We are very weak. We have no food, very little water. S.T.A.L.K.E.R asked me to... We can't go on anymore. Where's the scientist? Where's the group? They're in Wonderland. I was sent through by an increased pulse. Now my brain is boiling. I'm screwed. Oh. What's Wonderland? What is this pulse? It's necessary to use a prototype. Find Radio Man. He knows how to handle it. Prototype? What is it? Scanner. It's the only thing that can get us out. I've had it. Hold on, I have a medkit. And that guy just shot him, didn't he? His name seemed very similar to the guy that I was talking to up on the hill. But anyway, well, let's go back to him. You know when you get that sense of deja vu? I mean, I don't know, maybe I've just seen it before in someone else's video, that sequence. But I'm pretty sure I haven't done it. I haven't played this far in the mod on my own, so, you know, without doing videos for YouTube, so... I don't know. These side quests are quite in-depth, actually. They're a lot more than what you normally get, but sometimes I find them just a little bit hard to follow. Alright then, sharpshooter. Why did you shoot the survivor? He turned into a zombie. Well, I thought he did as well. Did he not? Is that so bad? What did he say to you? He said that the scientist and his companions are still alive, but are somewhere in the middle of nowhere, in a sort of wonderland. It looks like he was delirious. The poor man has suffered brain damage. Something is wrong here. Yeah, and what else did he tell you? That I should find a prototype and learn from Radio Man how to use it. What kind of a prototype, and where the hell is Radio Man? He didn't say, or rather, he didn't have time. You say he mentioned a prototype. Did he say where to get it? Do you know what it is? No. Did he tell you where it was or not? You say you don't know what he's talking about, but you want to know where it is. How is it so? Perhaps this is something that will help us figure it out. No, buddy, this is something wrong here. Come on, admit it. What do you know about the prototype? I know nothing. You lie.
Ну ты, блин, и достал.
And off he goes. Where's he going? Oh, bugger. Just what I didn't want to happen. Right, I got out of it. I'm surprised I did. Can't believe I walked into that. Okay, he's gone in this way. Can I talk to him? No. He seems to be going somewhere with, particular intention. Seems to know what he's doing. don't think you're to do with this. God, I thought you just disappeared for a second. But he's running quite fast. There's an exit over there now. There wasn't earlier. Right, now can I speak to you? Wait, you bastard. Please don't kill me. Only I know how to save the scientists and the soldiers. Who are you? I'm one of the guards. That zombie in the swamp was one of the missing men with the same name as yours. Did you shoot him intentionally? No, not really. Through the sights, I couldn't make out who it was. I only noticed that he moved and acted like a zombie. He managed to tell that the others are still alive, but time is short. I'll give you one last chance to tell everything that happened, otherwise I'll take you to Sakharov and tell him you're a suspect. He'll hand you over to the military. Okay, but I have already told you everything as it happened with a few exceptions. Go on. The fact is, I actually saw what happened to the group. I wasn't in patrol, but was together with everybody in the temporary camp. As I said, Perepelkin, the postgraduate student, planned to study the new anomaly in detail and scored as a scientific equipment container for the purpose. That morning, the most important part was planned, a pulsed scan. In the lab, a sophisticated generator has been assembled that emitted special kinds of impulses that had some impact on the anomaly. With this, Perepelkin intended to increase the anomaly's power because, according to his theory, the anomalies of this type are in sleep mode, that is, at minimum power. With the generator sending out special impulses, it was possible for it to awaken. Wow. As well as the others, I assisted the scientist. It was easy, simply press certain buttons at certain times on his orders. Bring and carry away things, and so on. At first everything was fine, and even interesting. When the power to the anomaly was increased, something started to fly out making strange sounds. It turned out that this was the birth of the artifacts, and according to Perepelkin, such artifacts that even the scientists themselves had never seen. Then the trouble began. When generator power was increased to the maximum, there was a terrible roar. The anomaly turned black in its centre. There was a dark blue sphere the size of a ball, which slowly began to grow. Suddenly we felt the movement of air, which, with every passing second, was getting stronger and stronger. The anomaly pulling us inward. Leaves were sucked from the trees, and the dry grass bent towards the centre of the anomaly. The wind increased to such an extent that it whistled in my ears, and then the stream of air began to roar, and it became difficult to stay on your feet. The scientist gave me the signal to turn off the generator, which I did, but the awakened anomaly continued to draw in all that was around. Initially, small items from our camp were drawn in, a bucket, a tent, deck chairs. Then it became difficult to stand upright. The first to go was Perepelkin, who was closest to the epicenter of the anomaly. When he reached the strange sphere, he suddenly disappeared. The commander shouted at us to retreat and tried to crawl away, but, in short, all of them were sucked in by an unknown force, and then they were gone. And you? I managed to stay behind only because I managed to grab hold of a small tree that grew nearby. About 3 minutes later, the anomaly finally discharged itself and died down. I immediately tried to contact them, but their radio was silent. I was going to report all this to the scientists in the bunker, but changed my mind. They wouldn't have believed me, and would have held me responsible. And you came up with a story that the group had disappeared for unknown reasons, and waited for the arrival of the military accidents investigator. He should be here in a couple of days. You said that you know how to help the missing. You're convinced that they survived and are still alive. Yes, and here's why. I began to receive messages from them. Somehow they managed to throw out from where they are a note or two, and different things. In short, I realised that they were still alive. What is the prototype? Why is it necessary to find Radio Man? And how to get people out of the anomaly? Prototype is an upgrade for the scientific detector, a prototype of the pulse generator which awakened the anomaly. It creates a weak pulse, but when used as intended, it may be possible to reactivate the anomaly and pull people out of it. But you said that the anomaly, at its peak power, draws everything into itself. So then, how can we save them? In fact, there were two generators. The main generator would deliver strictly positive value pulses, while the backup would generate only negative ones. Therefore, it's possible to awaken the anomaly, or dark zone, as Perry-Pelkin called it, in the opposite direction. Then it won't draw everything in itself. On the contrary, though it's only a theory, but it's worth trying, don't you think? Where is the prototype, and how do I contact Radio Man? Perry-Pelkin was the designer of the prototype, and as Radio Man was his constant assistant, he would know how to operate it, or know if he is still alive. Without Radio Man, could we still master the instrument? As a matter of fact, he participated in the initiative research of similar anomalies in other places in the zone. He took the prototype with him to scan a dark zone in Rostock. He hid it there somewhere, and then, as I said, he disappeared. So if you want to get the prototype, you have to find Radio Man's cache in the wild territory. I have some thoughts on where it could be located. That's good. How do they manage to throw out one of the soldiers from there? That I don't know, but if you think logically, then the main pulse generator was also sucked into the dark zone, together with some auxiliary equipment and a storage battery. So they could try to start the return process from there, although what? The fact that I haven't told you something. The main pulse generator is fuel from the unique artifacts of these anomalies. The prototype was constructed when a scientist came into possession of a hitherto unknown art-of-life artifact, as the stalkers call it. They differed from the others in that they consisted of materials unknown to science. They had many properties, but their main value consisted of the fact that with their help it was possible to build a special kind of pulse generator, which was used by Perry-Pelkin for his experiments. So in order to fire up the second generator, these artifacts are also needed. Yes, the prototype was primarily created for the production of these artifacts. Its weak impulses invoke the dark zone to give birth to artifacts. That is, it's a tool for generating these working materials. The main unit was one of the two large generators which disappeared. Thank God that we still have the spare. It's something we can use to try to facilitate their return. I'm a little confused. Can you explain the problem more clearly? First, we need to find prototype. Secondly, we need to scan the dark zones and extract the artifacts. Third, we need to place the artifacts in the spare generator and try to extract the scientists and soldiers. Is that clear? Yes, but where is it? Radio Man was good at hiding his caches, but he loved a good drink, after which he became over-talkative. In short, I have a theory about that, but the wild territory is dangerous. Let's go there together, you look for it, and I'll cover your lying ass. Or your lying ass. Don't go, I'm telling you it's dangerous. I don't want to risk my ass. I heard what mercenaries do to stalkers. The instrument is not worth it. Go alone if you want. You're a strong guy, maybe you'll find something. Bloody coward. Maybe a coward, but I'm still alive. Here's the deal. Radio Man can steal the prototype somewhere near the railway wagons. You need to search the area around them. The hiding place is somewhere near them. I outline the approximate locations for you to search on the map in your PDA. Find the prototype, scan the dark zones. When you've collected the artifacts, come back to me. I'll wait for you at the camp near the dark zone and repair the generator. How do you know that there is a cache? Perry overheard Radio Man one night. So what? Will you do it? To hell with you. I'll look for the device. Well, that was quite an ordeal, but fairly interesting. Let's make a hard save, for obvious reasons. Right, so one door closes, another one opens, as they say. Right, after the private clarified the situation, I need to do the following to help out the missing people: find the special prototype upgrade for the S.T.A.L.K.E.R detector, and then use it to get 3 different artifacts from the dark zones, and then install them into a backup generator at the anomaly at Yantar. Then it will be necessary to trigger the pulse for its operation and wait for the outcome. So it's quite involved. Well, I was intending to go to the cordon, which I think I still will, but I'll go through the wild territory on the way through. So let's do that. I might see if I can sleep at the Sakharov's bunker, because it will make trying to find whatever it is I've got to do at the wild territory a bit easier. The prototype, that's it. There's a few of our neutral friends over here, so I might just try and camp in that bus and see if I can sleep there for the night, but it all depends if this Red Bull's still working in my system. If it is, then I won't be able to sleep. Oh, I can. Right, that's something. What time is it? It's about 11 o'clock. I'm not sure what that said, but did it say kill S.T.A.L.K.E.R or something like that? But at least we've got a bit more visibility now, so... Sounds like a storm or something, or possibly an emission building up, I don't know. So that's the dark zone. I used to knock out one of these videos a day, but got to sort of end of August, early September last year, and I just found it a bit too much. I didn't know how long this series was going to be, and because it's an open world game, you want to try and include, you know, a fair bit of footage, but at the same time, not try to make it fresh as I can. So yeah, hence it's a fairly long playthrough. I think I've already looked at these guys before. Right, let's grab some food off the professor. And also repair my suit, because it's taken a few % damage. I keep looking at this top quest, the bunker of Dr. Moreau. It's kind of got me intrigued a bit, but it could be something and nothing. The sea urchin also is interesting. Sea urchin. Well, is that a one-time find? Because if so, it would be good if you could find more than one of them, then I could keep one. Yeah, alright then. What the hell? I'm here for the job. Surely that's not a regular urchin, is it? Alright. Fair enough. I'll take the cash, I suppose. So I've got two. I did have three, I've got two of them. Right, I wasn't... because it didn't say sea urchin, and it confused me a little bit. The bunker of Dr. Moreau. What is force and power in this cruel world? Well, it's connected with the ego, isn't it? And greed. Welcome. Hey, young man. I'm so glad you dropped by. By the way, how's your health? Any complaints? Wonderful, wonderful. We are in need of a man to take part in a highly important experiment. I think he's trying to sell it to me. I suppose you have heard enough about the abilities of Fracture's limb. I would ask you to fetch a specimen for our research. Yeah, okay. It's got me intrigued anyway. I haven't got that part on me, but it says I'm here for the job. Alright, you just say... yeah, some other time. So I'm still doing the quest, I just haven't got the Fracture's limb. Right, I guess I should get going. That might come in handy at the Wild Territory. Thermal vision device. Curious, but I think I won't bother because of the weight. Kind of got enough to lug around at the moment. Out of interest, can you afford one of these? No, you can't. Right, let's go to the Wild Territory. Fortunately, it's not far away. Just when I think this game's coming to an end, you seem to find more things to do. But I'm finding it to be very interesting. It's always got a surprise up its sleeve.